Hey guys, it's EDDBUD, back once again with that favourite show, Running Shoe Yay or Nay. If you've never seen this show before, I take a look at some forthcoming running shoes, or ones that have recently been released, and tell you whether I'm going to be testing them out or not. And I give you my reasons, my justifications. It's not just set on a hunch. It's not me saying that the shoe's a load of old rubbish or something. It might be that the shoe just isn't really going to fit with me, or perhaps someone else out there, another shoe tuber, will do it more justice. Don't forget you can help the channel out by buying some merch from the links below. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when we launch those new videos. And don't forget to hit that like button. Shoe number one this week is from Asics. This is a shoe that appeared on the UK website just for moments and then disappeared, as if by magic. It's called the Magic Speed. It does seem to be a relation to the Hyper Speed, that shoe that was released a little while ago in the US. Haven't seen it yet over here. Looks like we've got more of a midsole stack here in the Magic Speed, and apparently a partial carbon plate just in the forefoot. It certainly does remind me somewhat of the Meta Racer, but we do have Flight Foam Blast here in the midsole rather than just standard Flight Foam. I expect that plate's in the front there to create a more stable platform underfoot. Flight Foam Blast is very compressive stuff, as some of you may have experienced in the Nova Blast. That midsole profile and the shoe all round really seems to have the same stylings as the Meta Racer, but with the foam switched out, or maybe even there's two foams together there working in a combo, a bit like Torville and Dean. I think some people that tested the Meta Racer just found it a little bit too firm for them, and this could be a great training option for those that want a little bit more cushion underfoot. Hard to tell too much from the images. They were very hastily removed from the Asics website, though it does seem the price was around about 145 Earth credits. Pounds. We got Sunrise Red, black and white. Nice looking colourway. Asics created a big buzz in 2020 with the release of that Nova Blast, and I only see that buzz continuing into 2021. So for the Magic Speed from Asics, it's a big yay from me. Next up, a trail shoe for all you adventurers. This one's from Adidas as well. Probably not the first name that's on your tongue when you talk about trail shoes, but the Terrex Speed Ultra Trail's got a lot of things going for it. We got Boost and Light Strike in the midsole. Certainly a Boston 9 sort of Adi Pro feel about this one. Certainly the midsole there is very similar to those two shoes, where we've got a caged section of Boost there. Adidas have just dropped this shoe with very little fanfare. They tend to do that. They're like, here's the shoe, you can figure it out. 3 colourways on offer for this one. We got Cloud White, Solar Yellow and Matte Silver. And then a white and black version more along the lines of a traditional Adidas shoe. And then probably the most colourful of all, the Clear Mint and Screaming Pink variant. So this one clocks in at 245 grams for a UK 8.5, which is actually quite nice and low for a trail shoe when you think about it, especially when you've got Boost and Light Strike here. I think with a trail shoe you want a little bit more there underneath to try and protect the foot, but it certainly looks like a shoe that's predominantly aimed at long distance stuff. Just trying to figure out, does that say 8 or 3 there in the forefoot? I think an 8mm drop probably seems a little bit more likely with this type of shoe. I'm not sure I need such a shoe, but many viewers will probably be interested to find out more about this one. I mean, hopefully some races will be back on. This could be a shoe that is ideal for that type of activity. At 160 Earth credits, so it's certainly a premium price, and I feel there's other shoe tubers out there that will probably do this one more justice than I will. So I think it's going to be a nay for the Adidas Speed Ultra Trail on this occasion. Shoe 3. Puma have been at it, haven't they? There's a whole range of stuff released recently with that Nitro midsole material. Next up is the Puma Liberate Nitro. I've seen some conflicting pricing on this one. A couple of sites have got it up for under £100, which is... that's good. Although I have seen it as much as 125, so I don't know, maybe some Brexit strangeness going on there. Perhaps in the EU it's a little cheaper. This shoe from Puma's Nitro line does seem to be their shot at a much lighter, shorter distance tempo effort, just minimising the upper to fully maximise that Nitro midsole. I managed to find a few specs, about 184 grams for a UK 8.5. So I think it's about 6.5 ounces, which is is nothing really, isn't it? I think that's the big benefit of the nitrogen infused midsole materials. They just make the shoe so much lighter. Though Puma are specifically stating this shoe is for shorter distance efforts. A super light mesh there in the upper, which does remind me of the Ultra Ride from Puma that I reviewed last year. And it looks like we got a midfoot band there to improve the lockdown across the top of the foot. We still got that TPU piece back there in the heel. I reckon that's there just to provide a bit of stability. They've done that on pretty much all of the Nitro shoes so far. And I think this one looks a little bit closer to the Deviate Nitro than it does the Velocity Nitro. Puma grip on the outsole, and you know that that stuff is good. You can always tell how good a outsole material is going to be by the smell. You know it's true. A 10mm drop here, and something that's certainly aimed at faster efforts, or even racing. Pricing again seems a little odd, so do check your local stockists and see what it's up at. I think if I could try and pick them up for less than 100, I'd be very, very pleased. So for me, certainly for the Puma Liberate Nitro, it's a big yay. You can see the old faithful there in the background, the Endorphin Pro. Shoe 4, we got to talk about the Endorphin Pro 2. So it does look like Saucony are going to make a few changes in the Endorphin Pro 2, the follow-up to the very successful Endorphin Pro that was released last year. It's their top-line super shoe. Surely they can't foul it up. The heel profile looks a little different, doesn't it? I mean, leaked images are leaked images, it might be just the angle or whatever, but it does certainly seem a little different. And they've added like a lace loop there. It looks like a band actually around the midfoot. Perhaps to improve the lockdown a little bit. I know that some people had to fool around a little bit with the lacing to get the shoe locked down and fit just right. I don't recall having too many problems with it. I think once I'd figured it out, it was second nature. But as you can see, the big change here is in that midsole stack. They're simply adding more of that Power Run PB foam across the midsole. I'm not sure that more foam is always a winner for me. I thought that the amount was just right. They had the balance between weight and responsiveness and feel. It was fantastic. It was perfect. Flawless. For me, the outsole needed to be changed. That was the main weakness in the shoe. I'm not sure about this clamour for additional cushion. I just don't think you need it. I think it was just right. Just make more of the Pro 1 Saucony, get it out to people. Or perhaps make the tooling better so it's cheaper to produce, maybe. Everyone's happy with it. You don't need to change something because other people got more cushion or higher stacks. It's not needed. It's very clear now that the improvement that people are getting from using the Vaporfly shoes is from the foam. It's not because of the stack. They maximise the stack in the Alphafly and people aren't going for it. So I've got to say, with this one, I don't like the way that it's going to this maximum all-out, go to the limit stack. I don't think that's a good way to go. So it's going to be a nay for me for the time being. I can't see any underside shots of the shoe, and that was where the changes were needed. More grip. What's your opinion on these 4 shoes today, guys? Let me know in the comments below. A musical interlude today comes from Link Ray. You guys will be familiar with Link Ray's track Rumble. Classic, proto-distorted, rockabilly, rock and roll, garage stuff. Made famous from all sorts of use. I think it's been in adverts, films, you name it, it's been there. I love some of Link Ray's other instrumental tracks, so his take on Rawhide is particularly good. I mean, people still can't achieve a great overdriven guitar sound now. He was doing it way back in the 50s. Link Ray does a particularly good version of the Batman theme as well. He's got the vibe just right. Always innovative with his use of reverb and tremolo and overdrive and distortion. Link Ray's one of those musicians and guitar players that's sadly overlooked. Please do go and check out some of his early back catalogue. The fantastic innovator, Link Ray. Okay cats, time for me to rock and roll out of here. Don't forget to help support the channel, buying some merchandise from the links below. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when I launch those new videos. Really does help us out here on the channel as well if you give this a thumbs up like, and also share this video with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you